Thank you.
Hey, Coach, we'll get right into it. We'll start with Tom Petrini from Kent's Five. Tom, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you said before the last one that you were going to treat this game more closer to what you're going to try opening night. What are you going to do with the starting lineup, and what do you hope to see from not just that group, but your whole team in this game?
Well, I hope to see them all play well. What else would I hope for? But more like the first game, in the sense that the starters will get more minutes than they have in the last two games. That's basically what I meant.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go to Jeff McDonald from the Express News. Jeff.
I know you guys have only been on the quote unquote road for a couple of days, but I'm kind of curious how a road trip might look different with the protocols in place as opposed to pre-COVID times. Have you noticed any major differences?
Well, I don't know. It would be determined to be major, but it's just a little more complicated, more steps to getting through the day, getting your phone questionnaire done and then go get your tests done. And then there's 4 buses instead of 2 buses. And you have to, get on this bus or that bus going and a different bus coming back. Assignments, because you can't, sit next to anybody. So you have to know where you're going. Fairly sequestered in hotels. You're not going to run around shopping for Christmas toys or anything like that, probably. But those are just those little things that mostly have to do with COVID to keep everybody safe is, what the change is.
I mean, I know you guys you're going to dinners on off nights. Is that even possible at this point?
Well, I think that the league is working on, certain places in certain cities where, you can get takeout and that sort of thing. Or if there's a room you can get that is private and it's only for you, I think some of those things are going to be possibilities, but it's just not as, free as it used to be. You have to be very careful because, we all know people who've gotten the COVID, and most of the people say, I don't know where I got it. So it's not like you can always figure out who you were around, where were you? Because all of a sudden you find out you got it, and maybe you got it 6 days earlier. You don't know. So it's kind of scary.
I did have one basketball question. Derek White, he's got a deadline next week for an extension. However that goes, organizationally, do you guys view him as a pretty significant part of the future puzzle here?
Oh, Derek's been a fine player for us. Unfortunately for him, he's been hurt, a couple of times and had to sit out for certain periods of time. But he's just gotten better and better. And a lot of it, as we've said from the very beginning, has been confidence, trying to convince him that he belongs, that sort of thing. And he's really developed well. So, he's somebody that we plan on for the future.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's go to Brian Mahoney from AP. Brian, go ahead.
Coach, it seems kind of weird for a lot of teams, playing their last game tonight. We haven't even seen a lot of guys even play yet. Does it feel ready? Do you normally feel ready when you're done with games, or is this really more unique than most seasons?
Well, I would think any coach would say he's felt more ready in the past. I mean, more preseason games, more practices, that sort of thing, more meetings with your team, film sessions, so that you can prepare. But you can't have everything in that you want to have in. So you've got to make sure that you've got the foundation set and, roles set. And fortunately, everybody's in the same boat. So there's nobody who's ahead of anybody else.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brian. Let's go to Bruno from Pounding the Rock. Bruno, go ahead.
Hey, Coach.
Players have said that the approach to offense this year is maybe a bit less dependent on like set plays than it has in the past. Is that a fair way to characterize the offense in your mind? And how do you think that that suits specifically the young guys on the team?
Yes, we've got more athleticism on the team, and a style of play that suits them with a faster pace, and more freedom, a little bit more random nature to what's going on, based on some solid, portions of the offense, I think is appropriate for this group. So what they told you is accurate.
Thank you, Coach Pop. We'll see you after the game. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you to everybody who jumped on pregame.